Hi everybody, it's me Ash. I am back here with a bow tutorial. Now, there are several ways to make the base to your bow. I'm gonna let you know everything that I have here because I wanted to have a variety of things that you guys could possibly use to build your bow. So I have my hot glue gun. I have a fork. I have my templates, my bow templates, which if you've seen my hack video, you know what these are. So I have a 5-inch, a 3-inch, and I think this is a 1-inch, or maybe a 1.5. I have my scissors. I have my tacky glue. Over here, I have some flat back pearls. I have my dotting tool where I get my pearls, some extra glue sticks. I have this bow wire, but you could also use thread, twine, or other small ribbon to do exactly what I'm going to do with this. So there's options, and you don't necessarily need bow wire, but I like to use it. The ribbon I have here are my, I think this is a 2.5 inch, 2 1/4 inch wide ribbon. Now, all this ribbon was chosen by my daughter. She wants me to make a bow with all of this. So, she wants a red, white, and blue. And then you're going to need your clip. I have an alligator one. You can do the French barrettes. You can do side combs. You can do ponytails. Whatever you want to put in your hair, you can basically do. And then this right here is a bow dabra, the small one. This I like to use whenever I'm making headbands. But they also work really good on building your bows. So I'm going to show you a couple different techniques as to building your bow. So my daughter loves the big JoJo bows. I'm going to go ahead and move things that are going to be used last. So this is obviously going to be a gigantic bow. So with the fork, I wanted to show you guys a trick with the fork, which I'm going to use this ribbon right here for that. Let me find my end. So the fork is pretty much the same as these, except for an even smaller bow. So I'm going to make a couple of those with the fork. If I can open up the ribbon here. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. Alright. So here's the ribbon. Oh, and you guys are going to need a lighter to seal the edges. I forgot about that too. I have that over here next to me as well. So to make the very small bows, you can use the fork, which is pretty much a little bit smaller than my smallest template. So you pretty much want to do the same thing. So your fork has 3 indents, right? So you want to take your ribbon. I'm just going to go ahead and cut off a decent sized piece for this for a small bow. So this is a little bit, this is probably about 6.5 inches. You can cut it smaller. I don't think I'm going to need that much. So with this, I'm going to go ahead and take my wire. I don't need a lot of this for this one either. I'm going to fold my bow wire in half because I like quick, easy, around through the loop ordeal is what I do. So here is my ribbon, I'm placing it behind the fork, like so. And I'm going to cross it over this way, and then I'm going to cross it over this way. So you pretty much just build like an X with it. And then I'm going to put this in the middle here. I'm going to hold it, trying to make sure that I'm in focus for you guys. And I'm going to put it through the bottom here. And then I'm going to take this tail piece and I'm going to put it through the loop here, like so. If it wants to cooperate with me today. Oh my goodness, there we go. Okay, so I have it pretty much in the middle here. I'm going to just adjust my tails a little bit, and I'm going to slide it up some, and I'm making sure that I still have a pretty good grip, and I'm just going to tighten it in the middle here. And then I'm going to adjust the ends. Now this will be the back of the bow, and I'll show you why. When you slide it off, you want the tails to be in the back. So, see, little itty bitty bow with tails. Now I'm going to keep my ends here because I'm building a bow. So this would be pretty much my centerpiece right here. The center of my bow. I'm going to lay this off to the side here. So now I want to do my big piece here. This is satin, and satin is actually, I feel like, is one of the hardest ribbons to work with, especially when it comes to sealing them, because they fray. Do you see that? They fray so much, and it drives me absolutely crazy. And the only reason why I have this ribbon is because I had a special order for a ribbon last year for a little girl, like, I mean little baby girl, I think she was like 18 months old, pageant bow, and her dress was white satin and blue. So I'm gonna get a decent piece. I'm going to I'm debating if I want to do a boutique bow, or if I just want to do a regular bow for her hair. Normally it's a boutique bow, which can be tricky to make, and I like to do them with the bow dabber, but I'll show you a way how to do them without. So I'm cutting a decent size chunk of ribbon, and I'm going to trim this end right here where it frayed a lot. And I'm going to seal the edges. Now I want to do this really quickly because, like I said, it shrivels up really fast. So seal the edges pretty quickly, and with it being white, it would burn very easily. So how I do this bow is I fold my ribbon in half, right, and right here at the half mark I will run the lighter through to make kind of like a crease, so that I know that's my middle point. So there's my ribbon folded in half. And so that's my middle point. So you kind of want to make like a figure 8 type thing. So there's that one. This is the easiest way, and I'm going to move my camera up so we have a little bit more frame. And then you're going to make the other one the opposite way and line it up in the middle. So you have your figure 8, right? I'm going to go ahead and use my clip to kind of hold this in place for me while I get my bow wire together. So I'm going to get a decent long piece for this because I want to make sure that I have enough room with it. And I'm actually going to grab another clip because that also makes it a little bit easier. So your clips will actually help you hold the ribbon in place. So there's that. Now, there's 2 different ways you can fold this. Now, you can either bring it inwards like this, which makes the boutique style bow to the middle. And you want to make sure that your things, and then you tie your ribbon this way. Or you can do the flip. So you want to tuck it under and flip. Right here. And then tuck it under and flip right here. So whenever you put your bow together, it kind of has points. And you know, you do your folds and everything. I'm going to stick with the boutique bow one, and I'm going to fold it in like so to the middle, and then this one to the middle right here, and then I'll take my bow wire and I'll slide it right here underneath. And then I will, it kind of looks like a jumbled mess right now, but I promise it won't be once you get these through and cinched. So, and then once you get it here, you can figure out where exactly you need the middle to be. You can fluffen up your bow. You can take the clips out. You can move the bow loops around and fluff them up to make your bow how you want it. So I'm just tugging on some of my strings here, or some of my strands, and I'm pulling this tight as I can, and you know, I'm fluffing up my bows. I'm pulling tails to, you know, make sure that everything's even here, and how my daughter likes her bows. And then after all this, I have a that's not the tail that I want. I'm trying to find the tail that I want. Aha, right here. I have a stiffening spray which works wonders on the satin ribbon. So, alright, I think that's about how I want it. So I'll just separate the wires right here, and I'll pretty much go around a couple times with it just to make sure that it's pretty secure, and then I'll tie a knot to make sure that it's good, pretty tight. At this point, I want to figure out what is my front and what is my back. It takes a while. It takes a few practices. I think I'm going to do this as my front. I kind of like how this looks over here. So I'll make sure that I tie the knot in the back here. And I'm also going to leave the edges because, or I'm going to leave the ends to this wire because, like I said, I might want to use it to help me secure the barrette or the other bows that I'm going to put on top of this. So there's my base bow. My middle bow, I'm going to do the blue here, and I'm actually going to use one of these templates for this. Now, the fun thing about these templates, especially the bigger ones, is you can do the one loop bow like these, or you can make as many loops as you want. I think I'm going to do 2 like the top one. So I'm going to pull out a decent amount of ribbon and I'm going to cut it off. So I don't need that anymore. And for this one, I'm going to start right here. I need to get my wire ready so that I don't have to worry about it. So wire is ready to go, ribbon is ready to go, and template is ready to go. Now to make these templates, like I've said in the other one, is depending on how wide your bow is how wide you want this to be, okay? And then you want to measure the direct center of it and cut a slit. So this will be a 3-inch bow on top of, I want to say this is a 5-inch. Yeah, this is about a 5-inch bow. And then I'll have my little one in the middle as my centerpiece. And then I won't do it on camera, but I will add some red and blue flat back pearls to this whenever I'm done. So to make the double bow on this is you pretty much count right here. So you have 1 and 1 on each side, okay? And then you have 2 and 2. And you want to make sure that your ribbon ends up on the side right here. You cut this, and then you take your wire, basically the same thing you did with your fork. You put it through the hole here. Make sure you keep your finger on the ribbon in the back, just to make sure that it doesn't slide anywhere, which I have to adjust a little bit. Okay, there we go, that's better. And then you take your ends and put them through the loop. And then you pull it tight in the middle. With this ribbon, since it's pretty thick, it's a little bit of a challenge. So I'm not pulling it completely tight yet because I want to be able to work with my bow. I want to be able to bring out the tail here and cut that off, and I want to be able to spread out the bow part. So that looks about what I want here, and then I'll pull it tight and tie it off. So, and this is also where I'll look to see, I'm pretty sure this is going to be the back right here. So I'm going to bring it around and tie it here in the back, and this stuff is absolutely terrible. I hate it. But what my daughter wants, she gets when it comes to bows. So, there is that bow right here. So, I just want to cut off these ends. Now, with this ribbon, I've never sealed it because it's such a thick pattern and I've never seen it fray. So I don't seal this ribbon, but I usually seal everything else. So here's my bow, and I'm going to go ahead and trim the ends off of this one because it's going to be the middle one, so it's going to be glued in between two different bows. So yeah, this is getting to be a long video. I am so sorry, you guys. So I'm going to start with my bottom bow here, my white one, and I'm going to take this blue bow and I'm going to put some hot glue on the back. Okay. And I'm going to adhere it to the middle here. And I want to make sure that, you know, before I finish, I want to make sure that, ouch, I glued it to myself. I want to make sure that, all the bows are kind of how I want them wise. Like these tails I'm going to trim in an angle and seal right here. And they kind of, that's another thing about this ribbon, they kind of go up. So, again, hot glue. I think I'm going to go ahead and trim this one too, right here. And I'm going to make sure that this is all hot glued down pretty good. So, hot glue on here in the middle. So, right there is kind of like how my bow is going to be. I'm going to take these wires right here and I'm going to bring them around like so, just once over on each, just so that I know that like it's completely secure. And I'm just going to do a quick twist of the wire. And so there is the base of my bow. And then this right here I use for the clip. So it's usually about 7 inches that you want to cut off for the regular clips here, and this is a double, like it's got tape. It helps stick to things, but this is only good for if you put it on paper, the sticky part. So I always also hot glue, but I also seal this ribbon as well on both sides here. And how I do this is I'm looking at the back of the clip. So I'm looking at the back, and this is the top right here. I'm going to put glue along these two lines here, the top, and I'm going to put this inside the clip like so, and that's going to hold it down for me. And then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to run glue along the top. I am so sorry that my phone is ringing. Just silence that. Along the top here, and then I'll flip it over and I'll put a tad bit of glue here. to start it off, and then I'll open up the clip. Make sure that you open up the clip for this part because you do not want to glue your clip together. And I will run glue along the edges here, like so, and I'll add the ribbon to that, and then I'll measure to see about how much I need of this. I don't have my measuring tape with me, so bear with me. I'm gonna say about here, seal that edge, and then I'll open it up and I'll put glue along the ribbon this time, along the ribbon to about here, fold it in, and there you go. That is how I do my clips, because I feel like they fall off easily if you don't do this with the ribbon. So this is the top. You'll see the indent right here. This is the top. You want your bow to lay across that. So just for extra measure for me, I will glue the bow down. Oh, let me twist these the right way. I will put glue on this first. And I do it usually all the way up to the like clippy part, the hill part is what I call it. And I'll take it and I will flip my bow around and I'll find the middle where I want it and I will press it down like so. And I'll hold it there for a little bit. So here's the bow. Now with the extra pieces here, I will fold across one way, and I'll fold across the other way, and then I'll put a dab of glue to help seal it. And also the glue, like the hot glue that's going to be left that your hair is going to touch will actually work for little girls that have really thin hair and it's hard to keep bows in their hair. It will act as like a gripper. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like a hair gripper, pretty much. So bigger bows won't fall out of their hair. So here is the adjust of the bow. Now I'll probably add some rhinestones, like I said, some blue and some red flat back pearls to the white part. But that's my bow, and those are my multiple different ways on how I make bows. I think the only thing I didn't use was the bow dabra, which I will probably make another tutorial another day with this. So until next time, I hope you all have a wonderful day. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not yet a subscriber, please subscribe for more videos. So thank you all. Bye.